Jalen Carter, after the arrest warrant is issued, some people saying, all right, is his draft stock take a hit? Again, if it does, somebody's going to get a hell of a player. If he doesn't end up being drafted where we project him to, guys, I think he could be the number one overall pick. Now, I've been saying this before this came out, but Jalen Carter, basically, Mike, has put out a statement as well. And I'm going to read this here verbatim for you guys. This morning, I received a telephone call from the Athens, Georgia Police Department informing me that 2 misdemeanor warrants have been issued against me for reckless driving and racing. Numerous media reports also have circulated this morning containing inaccurate information concerning the tragic events of January 15, 2023. It is my intention to return to Athens to answer the misdemeanor charges against me and to make certain that the complete and accurate truth is presented. There is no question in my mind that when all the facts are known, that I will be fully exonerated and of any criminal wrongdoing. So Jalen Carter put that out. That's on his social media. And literally, that happened about an hour or so ago. So that's what he's saying. My question now, once we now have these police reports and the things that we know against, according to the AJC reporting, he had a chance to tell the truth. He had a chance to lay all the facts out, and we just don't know if he did or did not completely. But either way, this is where he finds himself. I don't want anything more than for him to be exonerated. I would love for this to be one of those stories where, hey, this is what happened. This is what Jalen said. There was some misreporting or the police got it wrong. I'd love to tell you that. There's a lot of moving parts here, Mike. And there's a lot of people who have now started to, as you said to me, wait until other people start to say, what's going on down there? And they want to come and start digging under the fingernails. I hope this is true, Jalen. I do. But only time's going to tell, Mike, as to how it affects getting back to the draft, how it affects his draft status.
No, I mean, that's why I mentioned today on Twitter when I first saw the story, and I got to be honest. I mean, I didn't go to Georgia. A lot of my friends did, and we love and we revel in their success here and what they've been able to accomplish. But I got to be honest, like a gut punch. You know what I mean? When you read that, because this is a guy that we're talking about scenarios where the Falcons could move up and get him, and there's any which way he would slide. And then you begin to wonder, well, I mean, where does he go? I mean, Warren Sapp, for guys who don't remember, I mean, there's a couple of anecdotal stuff from the draft over the years. Dan Marino, there was cocaine use rumors. That's why he slid all the way famously so far down to the Dolphins. Warren Sapp had rumors that were circulated about failed marijuana and cocaine tests, and that's why he fell. He was supposed to be a top 5 pick, for those who don't remember. And that year, Rich McKay said, the hell with that noise. He drafted him at 12, and he goes on to be a Hall of Famer. But it does affect you because people, obviously, this is something they want to know what kind of individual you are if they're going to give you those kinds of contracts.
Yeah. And this whole character thing, it's interesting because young men make mistakes. That's a given. We all did at some point. Hopefully it wasn't as tragic as this, where you're racing your friend and somebody gets killed. But we all do dumb things, right? And I like to say dumb S. That's what I say. We all do it. But, Mike, if I'm an NFL team, and I'm about to pay you $30 million. Mike Bell, I got to know you're not out here racing. Mike Bell, I got to know that that ticket you got last fall when you were going 90 in a 45 and had to pay a $1,000 fine, that's not going to happen when I give you this $30 million, is it? I have to know that you are responsible. And, guys, part of that is the makeup. When we talk about character, it's your choices. It's not about, well, it ain't been proven. But when it happens – and it's justified, it's right in front of you, you have to say, okay, these are the questions we had about this individual, and now it's played out right in front of us. NFL teams do not want to pay you if they don't have to. Do not think for a second that these teams are like, yeah, we'll just hand out this money. If I don't have to pick you in the first round, Mike, and I can still get you, I'll take you in the third round because I don't have to pay you as much.
Well, that's why guys always, we talk about like the October surprise in an election. There's always that eve of draft or draft week surprise, like the Lael Collins video. Remember with him with the gas mask on and looking like a Cheech and Chong video. And there's always something that gets popped. And sometimes it's a team that wants him to fall that gets this information. There's a lot of dirty pool in this process. You guys know that. But getting back to the big picture here, though. I mean, this is the kind of stuff which draws attention to the program that you don't want. And I'm not trying to trivialize the fatalities here. I mean, I think that goes without saying when Carl and I talk about this. But this is the stuff that gets the New York Times on your ass. I was telling Carl, who are those guys that write the Barry Bonds piece from the San Francisco Chronicle that did not work for ESPN? Those guys. You get the real, true investigative journalists that do this stuff and that, go to work. You think about like Jeremy Schaap years ago when things were going sideways for Herrick. When Jeremy, you ambushed me. No, he was like, Herrick's idiot son was dumb enough to wire money directly to a player. But that's baby spit compared to when people lose their lives.